Welcome to our video on cloud computing. This video is designed in three main sections to guide you through everything you need to know about cloud technology. In the first section, we'll introduce cloud computing, starting with what it is and why it matters. We'll explore the shared responsibility model and dive into the different cloud models, including public, private, hybrid, and multi-cloud. We'll also discuss consumption-based models, like CapEx and OpEx, to understand the financial aspects of cloud adoption. Next, in the second section, we'll focus on the benefits of cloud computing. We'll cover key topics such as high availability, scalability, reliability, predictability, security, and manageability. Finally, in the third section, we'll learn about the different cloud service models. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, and understand how each model can meet various business needs. So, let's get started on our journey to mastering cloud computing. Let's start with introduce cloud computing. So, what exactly is cloud computing? In simple terms, cloud computing is the delivery of computing services over the internet. These services include essential IT infrastructure such as virtual machines, storage, databases, and networking. But cloud computing doesn't stop there. It also extends to advanced technologies like the Internet of Things, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. One of the key advantages of cloud computing is its ability to leverage the internet to provide these services. Unlike traditional data centers, which are limited by physical infrastructure, cloud computing offers flexibility. This flexibility is one of the main reasons why cloud computing has become a game changer for businesses. It enables them to adapt quickly to changing needs, reduce costs, and focus more on innovation rather than on maintaining and managing physical hardware. In a traditional corporate data center, the company has to take care of everything, from maintaining the physical space and security to fixing or replacing servers when needed. The IT department ensures all the infrastructure and software are running smoothly and keeps everything updated. However, in cloud computing, these tasks are shared between the cloud provider and the consumer. The cloud provider manages the physical aspects, like the data center, network, security, power, and cooling, because the consumer isn't physically near the data center. The consumer, on the other hand, is responsible for their data stored in the cloud, controlling who has access, and managing the devices, accounts, and identities within their organization. We will discuss more details about how these responsibilities are divided between the cloud provider and consumer when we learn about cloud service types in Module 3. Now we will discuss about cloud models. What are cloud models? Cloud models define the types of cloud resource deployments. There are four main cloud models. Let's begin with a public cloud. A public cloud is run by a third-party company that offers cloud services. Anyone who wants to use these services can access the resources. The main difference between public and private clouds is that public clouds are open for anyone to use. What is a private cloud? Think of it as the next step up from a company's own data center. It's a cloud service that's only used by one organization, which gives the company and its IT administrator has more control. However, this also means higher costs and fewer advantages compared to public cloud services. A private cloud can be hosted at your own data center or at a dedicated off-site data center, which might even be managed by a third party exclusively for your company. You can build a hybrid cloud by combining a public cloud and a private cloud. A hybrid cloud setup allows you to use both types of clouds together. This means you can handle extra demand by using public cloud resources when needed. It also offers more security because you can decide which services to keep on the public cloud and which to keep on your private cloud. The fourth cloud model is called multi-cloud. In a multi-cloud setup, you use services from more than one public cloud provider. This might happen if you need different features from different providers, or if you're moving from one cloud provider to another. In a multi-cloud environment, You manage resources and security across two or more public clouds. When comparing cloud consumption-based models, there are two types of expenses: capital expenditure and operational expenditure. CapEx involves one-time, upfront costs to purchase or secure physical assets, like building a data center, buying equipment, or constructing a new office. In contrast, OpEx refers to ongoing expenses for services or products over time, such as renting a facility, leasing equipment, or subscribing to cloud services. Cloud computing falls under OpEx because it operates on a consumption-based model. Instead of paying for physical infrastructure and its upkeep, you only pay for the IT resources you actually use. If you don't use any resources in a given month, you don't pay for them. This model offers several benefits. There are no upfront costs, no need to buy and manage expensive infrastructure, and you can easily scale up or down based on your needs. With a traditional data center, you have to estimate your future needs, which can lead to either wasted resources or a shortage that affects performance. Expanding a data center is time-consuming and costly. In a cloud-based model, you don't have to worry about these issues. You can quickly add or remove virtual machines as needed and only pay for what you use, without worrying about maintaining extra capacity. Let's join Module 2 to discuss the benefits of cloud computing. When building or deploying a cloud application, two important factors to consider are keeping it available and handling changes in demand. High availability means making sure your application or service is always up and running when people need it. High availability focuses on keeping your resources available, even if there are disruptions. When designing your solution, you should plan for how reliable your services will be. Scalability is another big advantage of cloud computing. It means you can easily change the amount of resources you use. If your app suddenly gets a lot of traffic, you can add more resources to handle it. If demand goes down, you can reduce resources to save money since you only pay for what you use in the cloud. There are two main types of scaling. Vertical scaling means increasing or decreasing the power of existing resources. For example, if your app needs more processing power, you can add more CPU or RAM to your virtual machine. If you no longer need as much, you can reduce these resources. Horizontal scaling involves adding or removing resources. If your app faces a sudden increase in demand, you can add more virtual machines or containers to handle the load. If demand decreases, you can remove some resources to save costs. This scaling can be done automatically or manually. Reliability and predictability are two main cloud benefits that help you develop solutions with confidence. Reliability refers to a system's ability to recover from failures and keep functioning. The cloud, with its decentralized design, naturally supports a reliable and resilient infrastructure. This means resources can be deployed in multiple regions around the world. If one region experiences a problem, other regions can continue to operate. Applications can be designed to take advantage of this reliability, and in some cases, the cloud environment automatically shifts to a different region without needing any manual intervention. Predictability in the cloud allows you to plan with confidence. It covers both performance and cost predictability. When a solution is built using cloud, its cost and performance are easier to predict. Performance predictability involves forecasting the resources needed to ensure a positive experience for your customers. Cloud features like auto-scaling, load balancing, and high availability help with this. Auto-scaling adjusts the resources available to meet demand, and load balancing distributes traffic to prevent overloads in any one area. Cost predictability is about estimating and controlling the expenses associated with cloud usage. The cloud allows you to monitor resource use in real time, ensuring efficient usage, and apply data analytics to spot patterns and plan resource deployment. Tools like the total cost of ownership and pricing calculator can also help estimate future cloud spending. Whether you're using infrastructure as a service or software as a service, the cloud helps with governance and compliance. Templates ensure that your resources follow corporate standards and government rules. If standards change, you can easily update all your resources to meet the new requirements. Cloud-based auditing can spot any resources that don't meet standards and offer ways to fix them. Depending on how you set things up, software patches and updates might be applied automatically, which helps with governance and security. For security, the cloud offers solutions that fit your needs. If you want full control, infrastructure as a service gives you physical resources while letting you manage the operating systems and software. If you prefer to have patches and maintenance handled automatically, platform as a service or software as a service might be better for you. Since the cloud delivers IT resources over the internet, cloud providers are usually well equipped to handle threats like DDoS attacks, making your network stronger and more secure. By setting up good governance practices early on, you can keep your cloud environment updated, secure, and well managed. Let's join Module 3 to discuss cloud service types. In this module, you'll learn how different cloud services give you more or less control over managing and setting up resources. You'll also understand who is responsible for what in each type of cloud service, and see examples of when each service type is useful. Infrastructure as a service is the most flexible type of cloud service because it gives you the most control over your cloud resources. In this setup, the cloud provider takes care of the hardware, internet connection, and physical security. You're in charge of everything else, like installing and maintaining the operating system, setting up networks, configuring databases, and managing storage. Essentially, with infrastructure as a service, you're renting the hardware in a cloud data center, and you decide how to use it. Platform as a service is a balance between renting just the hardware like infrastructure as a service and using a fully ready-to-go software solution, like in software as a service. In platform as a service, the cloud provider is responsible for maintaining the physical infrastructure and its access to the internet. Just like in infrastructure as a service, and also the cloud provider will maintain the operating systems, databases, and development tools. You don't have to worry about managing software licenses or updates. In some scenarios, certain services will be managed by both the cloud provider and the consumer simultaneously. Platform as a service is great for developers who want to build and test applications without dealing with the hassle of maintaining all the underlying infrastructure. Software as a service is the most complete type of cloud service. With software as a service, you're using a fully developed application, like email, financial software, or messaging apps. Even though software as a service gives you less control over customization, it's the easiest to start using because it requires very little technical knowledge. Everything is set up for you, so you can start working right away. Let's quickly summarize what we have learned in this lecture. In the first module, you learned about the basics of cloud computing. This included understanding what cloud computing is and how it works. You also explored the shared responsibility model, which explains how you and your cloud provider work together to keep your data secure. The module touched on different cloud models, such as public, private, hybrid, and multi-cloud, and explained how these models differ. Finally, the module covered how cloud computing changes IT spending from being a capital expense to an operational expense. By the end of this module, you should be able to explain what cloud computing is, understand how the shared responsibility model works, and describe different cloud models. In the second module, you learned about the advantages of using the cloud. This included understanding how the cloud ensures high availability and reliability, which keeps your applications running smoothly. You also learned that the cloud offers a more secure environment for your data and resources. Additionally, the module explained how the cloud makes it easier to manage your IT resources. By the end of this module, you should be able to explain the benefits of high availability, scalability, reliability, security, governance, and manageability that come with using the cloud. In the third module, you explored the different types of cloud services and how they can be used. You learned about infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, and how each service type fits different needs. The module also reinforced the concept of the shared responsibility model, showing how your responsibilities change depending on the type of cloud service you are using. By the end of this module, you should be able to describe infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service with examples. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next video.